Hey everybody, if you're out here, welcome to Black Spring Live on your Tuesday morning. Thank everybody for coming in. Hope you're doing well on your Tuesday. There's a lot going on, or at least there's going to be a little bit of there's a lot of disappointment, I think, that's going to come, or either I've said this before. I mean, I'm talking like economics here. We're seeing a lot of I think that the Democrats are showing their hand, and they're showing people who they are, and I really hope that that the people that are still following them will start to see who they are, and start to see, where the elite really are during this crisis, and how much of this crisis that they're blaming, that they're going to pin the greed on. Let's see, I think I maybe have one person here. If you're here, so I have one. Precious and family, how are you doing today? Not sure where you're chiming in from, but nice to have you here on Black Spring Live. Just having a bit of just kind of a random live stream. Promise it won't be 4 hours. It won't be 4 hours for anybody involved, but I hope you're doing well where you are. And yeah, I know that it's entitled QE Infiniti. So there's a little bit of economics. Hi, Derek C. Williams. See, watching you live on from Philadelphia. Thank you. I love that. It's very nice. Thank you for stopping in. Derek, how are you doing out there? I don't know. I was just thinking, I have a lot of friends that are probably still of the liberal persuasion, but I'm wondering, and my friends happen to be in the arts, so I'm wondering what they have to say about what's happened with the whole Kennedy Center. Yeah, I mean, in the arts, you deal with a lot of management problems and collective bargaining agreements already, and now you have this. Let's see. Hi, Snapzilla. Gorilla, it's nice to have you here. Does anybody want to jump on? I guess I didn't put the little link in here, but I'll plug that in for you. Yeah, I'm just thinking, here, I'm just put this here for you. It's like they're going to come out, like, I'm just thinking that all of these people are going to come out rich. We're going to have a new list of millionaires and billionaires after this, right? I mean, come on, somebody give me something, anything. Anything. What do you guys think? Nice to have you guys here. Shout out to Precious and family. Shout out to Derek C. Williams. Shout out to Snapzilla, Gorilla. Yeah, I put the link in here. Did I put it? Yeah, there. Yeah, it's in there. If you just click on it, it should be able to bring you right up. Yeah, let's see. Let me go ahead and plug this in. Let me read your comment here from Derek C. Williams. Says, like Gerald Celente, is it Celente? Of the trends research, Derek is a political agnostic. Sadly, pretty much everything in our nation is political. Yeah. I mean, I'm actually, I actually Googled the Kennedy Center, and I was amazed at how many hits that I came up with, because I will tell you that I was told that the algorithms were a bit skewed, and that's right on, because actually, of course, I came up with a whole bunch of liberal articles on it, and they're actually calling the Democrats out. Like, I was actually a little bit stunned, So yeah, I don't really know how that's going to play out. I've seen a lot of things play out in arts management that ended up shafting, of course, the musicians and left them out in the cold. And I mean, who knows? I mean, but to me, I'm thinking that's this this next wave or the next bill that they're going to write. I think it's only going to get, it's only going to get dirtier. Who knows who they're gonna bail out the next time? You know, what are they doing now? Probably making those arrangements right now. I mean, it was, they didn't do a lot of, they didn't approve a lot of the gunk that they wanted, but it's coming. They're coming back with it, believe it or not. They'll be back with more. They're just trying to figure out who. I guess they're trying to figure out where they're going to get the most bang for their buck. Meanwhile, they distract the rest of the sheep with claiming that the Republicans are doing more for the corporate side than the other. But to me, I just think it equally on both sides. The Congress, they're fiscally irresponsible. It's not about the people. It's not about the people at all. And they can't convince me otherwise. Hi, Killer Whale, everybody. Killer Whale, good morning. Good morning to you, Killer Whale. How are you doing? Seems like it's been a little while since I've seen you. I think I've seen you. I've seen you in other areas, but I haven't seen you. I've fallen asleep at some random hours. Actually, I was on here, believe it or not, for 4 hours last night. Started out with one person, and we picked up someone else. So that was a three stream panel, if you will. But love to have you guys on anytime. Let's see. Snapzilla Gorilla says my phone is acting silly. Oh no, hang in there. Derek C. Williams, food prices already rising, rationing. Oh yeah, in America. Open socialist Bernie Sanders is smirking. And to think Killer Mike was pushing that guy, outrageous. They yeah, they find somebody, find their melanin tetherball and just go ahead and hook up. Is what they do. Killer Whale from Derek C. Williams, shouting out. Derek C. Williams, hello, brother, sir. That's, you guys are getting your shout outs in there. Thanks for everybody for coming in. I did hear, to your end, Derek C. Williams, I did hear that the prices were going up, or people had already started to see that. Yeah, I think my thing is there is an interview that I saw or that I heard with President Trump on Fox saying, they're asking him about dates or trying to project, again, but I'm just going to say that the people at the top they want to milk this for all that they can. Do I actually believe that any particular date is going to stick, especially right now? No. But I guess it's also going to show how well this whole QE is actually working out for them. Whether, the moves that they're making, are they getting what they want out of it? For the country, I think it's going to be less, but for them, they're trying to figure out how much they can get for the low interest rate. But I did hear, and I will say that my sources are a little bit limited right now, that I heard that the Federal Reserve and the Treasury was maybe merged somehow. I don't have a good source for that right now, and that's why I can't say whether I even believe that's true or how much of it is true. So yeah, I think there's a lot of hearsay going on. At one time, I even think I heard maybe there was 16 trillion found somewhere. I guess within the grips of the Federal Reserve. I don't know. It's I don't know, a lot of gray areas. Let's see. I'm going to put this here. Derek C. Williams says, and that Dr. Fauci dude, traitor to the country, and it's coming out that Trump does not bang with that dude. Good. I mean, man, I tell you, I don't know who. I mean, he just needed an entire, like, don't, because when I heard that this Fauci had served as, I guess a consulting doctor on other, during other crises, I'm like, okay, there you go, right there. You've got an establishment doctor, that's advising Trump. I think I've heard that Dr. Oz has had more sound, a little bit more sound, or a little bit more, I don't know, he's offered a little bit more transparency in what I think his assertion is on all of this. I mean, who knows? Who knows? They're everywhere, Derek C. Williams. They're everywhere. Nowhere is safe. Nobody's safe. But yeah, anybody have anything specific going on in your area? And when I say that, I mean, I don't know. Like, I haven't been to the store in a few days, which is a little bit rare. I think I should go, because I do get worried about things, like, because I get worried about them limiting one of this or two of this. And it's only because of the hoarders, that I think that some of that started so early. It started earlier than it should. And I'm hearing that the truck drivers don't have enough people, I think, to run loads. So I think there's enough supply, but there's just the people to run them is the issue. Let's see, we have Rashid Buttar, a doctor that should be heard, did a support video for him recently. Yes, I did. I did watch that. That was a very good video. In fact, I think I watched it a few times. Yeah, maybe his name needs to be submitted. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm just not sure I'm not sure. I just think that what is it? I think it's an old adage that to trust everyone is to trust no one. To trust everybody equally is to trust no one. I think that's where I am. There's no limit to toilet paper in Philadelphia now. No limit to water. I mean, I'm still having a hard time finding that on here. Oh, here we have DJ Vision Barnett. How you doing? Welcome in. This is Derek C. Williams. They aren't hoarders, but zombies. Host plenty of food, but businesses are doing what they have to do. DJ Barnett Vision says, hashtag feed the front line. Yes. You're definitely on the front. We have a lot of frontline people here. Make sure you're taking care of yourselves. And I think I'm of the school of thought, I'm of the school of thought that just use your soap and water. Just use that. I mean, if you have, to me, the sanitizer is the secondary source of cleanliness when I can't get to something. And look, I mean, I have some of that around, but I'm not going to choose that. I bought another thing of hand soap, just for that. Let's see. Derek C. Williams says, trust but verify. And it looks like I have Manos Dels Saponzakis. Hello, madam. I am new here. Love much from the Philippines and Greece at Manos Dels Saponzakis. Welcome, you guys. Welcome in. Much love to you guys. Thank you for coming in. You can get connected with anybody here. We have DJ Vision Barnett. We have Derek C. Williams. We have Killer Whale. We have Snapzilla Gorilla. see. We have Precious and family here. You guys welcome in. Let's see. Hope you're doing well where you are. Hope you guys are doing well there. Let me go ahead and update. I'm going to keep trying to get your shout outs in. Okay. Got some shout outs going on. Let's see. Oh, Derek C. Williams, free donuts until May for medical workers, but no franchises in Philadelphia. Not good. Yikes. Right. Let's see. Thank you for sharing that for anybody that needs anybody in that area. Derek's an excellent content creator and great resource, and I think he's a great guy overall. So, you guys are welcome to connect with Derek C. Williams, Killer Whale. Killer Whale has a comment. I plan to go shopping Friday morning to stock up. I hope the stores have stuff I need. Yeah, I hope so too, Killer Whale. You just never know. I will say Amazon. I've started to go into Amazon for some of the things. Because it's just so many people in and out. Shout out there. We have Krispy Kreme announced that today. Wow, I haven't had Krispy Kreme in so long, in years. I have it. Ooh, I've got somebody here. Looks like da-da-da, Snapzilla Gorilla. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing? Good morning. How's everybody in the chat?
Good.
So I had to figure this out, man, because it wasn't giving me permission. I had to go through all these settings, so I finally figured it out.
Nice. Well, I'm glad you could come in.
Yeah. It's nice to be on.
Yeah. So what's going on in your area? What's
right now? I mean, everybody's wearing a mask, and nothing seems out of whack to me. It's interesting. I was out yesterday. I drove by Kaiser.
Okay.
Completely empty.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. You know where King, not Martin Luther King, but the Crenshaw Mall is?
No.
Okay. So they built, what the heck? So they built a Kaiser over there, Kaiser Hospital.
Okay.
And I drove by there. There was no one there, no one in the parking lot. It was practically empty. And
wow.
And I found that interesting because they sent Mercy to the Port of LA to help with capacity, right? So I'm wondering, why would they need Mercy, the naval hospital ship?
Right.
And they have these big old hospitals just sitting there, and it's practically empty. I don't understand how that could be when they're saying we're strained for capacity and all that stuff.
Right. Oh my gosh. Well, that's more than interesting. It's like, it's wow.
And I saw a video yesterday where a YouTube creator, he was in New York. New York is supposed to be a hotbed for the virus, right?
Yes.
But he goes to the hospital and like everybody chilling. There's no like emergency service vehicles going in and out. There's no clamoring or, there's just, and he even talked to an EMT, and he was like, I don't know about any of those types of patients being here. He asked him, he said, are you guys chock full of coronavirus patients? He was like, no. And that's what people have been doing. They've been going to the hospital to check it out. I think I might actually go up there today to a hospital.
Wow, that would be some amazing footage. I mean, yikes.
I don't understand it. If it's so bad, why are these hospitals so empty?
That's a great question. It's a great question. I'm thinking, I'm going to share a couple of these comments real quick. Let's see.
All right.
Let's see. We've got something from Derek C. Williams. This Snapzilla Gorilla is down with us. We've got, I read that Kaiser wants to fire nurses who have their own N95 mask. Wow.
What? Tell me how that makes sense. What is going on? Why would they want them not to have their own mask?
See, it's bizarre. It's worse than bizarre.
Is it because they want to give the masks laced with something? Is that why?
See, yeah. I have a word that I want to use, but I haven't. I haven't done it.
You don't want to be called a conspiracy theorist.
Right? I haven't done it on my show. No, I mean, but they're gonna do it anyway. I mean,
if you question the narrative.
They rather hear. I mean, people rather believe in what mainstream than hearing something from anybody else. That's what they just, even if it's a lie, if even when it becomes true, they still don't know what to do, So yeah, I'm telling you, it's something Derek says, or to spread this thing.
It's not spreading fast enough.
Right. It's kind of, I mean, when you look at the numbers, I mean, have you guys heard anything about any recovery numbers? I'm not talking about the world scope. I'm talking about we don't have anybody giving people any kind of hope, whether they need it or not. Nobody's saying, well, I had this. They're having us look to celebrities. It seems like I've seen them talk about celebrity recovery, but the average American out here, they're not doing interviews. They're not telling their stories. They're not talking about pre-existing conditions. They just keep selling fear. Well, we project there are going to be hundreds of thousands of. That's what I ever hear.
I'm gonna get back at you when I get back on the road.
Okay.
This was just a test, but I'm gonna get back on.
Well, I think it's great. You got good sound for sure and everything.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was Snapzilla Gorilla. If you guys are interested in jumping on, that's open to everybody here on the Black Spring Live. And hi, Rainy Zion. You said thumbs, keep it rolling. Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate you for coming in. I really do. I appreciate everybody for coming in. And you're welcome to come on. And let's see. Derek C. Williams says more recovered people than deaths by a country mile, but recovery isn't sexy. Right. Yeah, Derek, I really don't know. I just think there's some let me use this word. How about I go with debauchery? We got debauchery Infiniti right now. DJ Vision Barnett says he'll get on in a sec. That's nice. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody for being here on your Tuesday. Well, I started out just for those that are just jumping on, I started out talking about the arts community, because that's another one of my communities that I'm close to. And those would be my colleagues that are basically, they've gotten shafted is what they've gotten. And I'm sure they're going to fight, but you got a lot of people that are loyalists. A lot of my friends that are artists, they'd rather be anti-Trump than to even face the music on anything. And I don't typically engage them, on that level. But I don't know if they cannot see what's going on, then they'll never see it. People practice willful blindness. They just, we just got some shout outs here from Rainy Zion. But yeah, it's very sad. I mean, and then I think I had another friend up in Oregon. I think his orchestra closed up. His orchestra shut down and they let everybody go. And but then he went right to blaming the president. He says, he thinks he can't control the lack of leadership from the president. I mean, I've never seen so many skewed attacks. Um, Everything that the president has done in terms of even just securing a border, that was actually a swift move. And to me, that in itself was to me, you know, helped stop the spread. I mean, can you imagine if we had not closed things when we did, or when he did? Not saying, I can't tell you, nothing's guaranteed, but I think the numbers would have been much worse. In fact, I think he talks about that but then at this point, I don't even really want to go. We don't even need to relive all of that. I think we need to be forward. We need to be forward in thinking, and we need to get some transparency on the test. And it seems like they've got a few options for testing right now. I mean, why not open them up and get them to the people that need them? I hear the governor of New York is still whining about respirators. There's just so many. I just think that a lot of this stuff is getting it's getting inflated. It's inflated. Some of it's overreaction. It's just so many things going on. Nobody can even tell, you know, what's true. They're not getting an accurate scope of what we're talking about. I mean, that's a huge example from Snapzilla Gorilla. Let me just put this here. Derek C. Williams says, nothing spreads faster than fear. Tagline from the movie, quote, Contagion. I've never seen that movie. I'll certainly look it up. Yeah, I've never seen that. But yeah, this is all because I will tell you this, and this is a kind of a personal account. I mean, I think everybody in the last few months, I think everybody, or even back in December, there was probably a buzz going around. Many people had something that resembled the flu, but they were told that there was nothing for it. Even the doctors said that they had the same thing for 2 weeks, and there was nothing for it. So is there a chance that this thing was already, can I say, on our shores at the end of 2019? I mean, if you've got all the symptoms for the flu, but you've been tested for strep, that's negative. You've been tested for the flu, that was negative. And I just think that now that it's in the air, I think it's never going to go away. That's from a personal observation. I mean, all the urgent care facilities, they've sent many people home since November and December with symptoms. The only thing I think that was missing was the respiratory, the coughing portion of it. I think if you didn't have that, then you were pretty much sent home. But they weren't diagnosing it as anything. They just tell you, go grab something over the counter. It's basically what you were being told to do. Killer whale. Yeah, everybody get connected to each other in this stream. Again, the option to jump on is on. We're probably going to run this stream for about probably like another 15 minutes, 20 max. And I'll probably come off. But it's very sad what's happening. I understand that this stimulus needed to happen, but I just think we're going to come out. The people on top are going to come out with more. They're looking at ways to invest and to grow their wealth with it, and they're ready to can anybody that's in their way. They're ready to. They're ready to can anybody that's going to suck up any of it. So let's see. And then with another round of this coming, I mean, who knows? Like if anybody has anything to contribute, anything to contribute to this. Also, I don't know. I guess, is everybody aware of the extension? I think they're anticipating. I'm hearing they're anticipating that a peak within the next couple of weeks. Also, I've heard it here. I'm telling you right now, I've got hearsay on some of the stuff, some of these dynamics, or some of the nuance of things, of the lockdown, if you will. Like, this is you're getting gearing up for a holy week, and all of a sudden it's squashed. I think there's some theories about, a lot of people that are, that are not Christian wanted to see that squashed. No Easter church gatherings. I don't know if some people are doing anything in their home related to like studies or whatever, if they're doing a Bible study of any type. But an open church, I think, is out of the question for anybody right now. And looks like we have somebody. It's Derek. How you doing, Derek?
I'm doing well. How you?
Oh, I'm hanging around. I'm just trying to get some perspective on the just more than what I have. I mean, I think I have lots of things that I think, but it's nice to have somebody else's perspective.
Yeah, well, I'm about to go to lunch. Can you hear me?
Yes, very well.
Okay, well, I'm about to go to lunch, and I figure I would just jump on just for a second or two. Yeah, I heard you say something about the testing, and I have put in the comment section about Dr. Rashid Buttar. He's based out in North Carolina, and I first came to know him from this docu-series called The Truth About Cancer. And he's essentially a naturopathic doctor. And from what he is suggesting is that the testing themselves, they're faulty. They aren't doing, they're not testing for the right strain of the virus or something like that. But you can go back. I did a support video for him, and in that video, he explains where even the testing itself is kind of off, but they're using those numbers to push this thing out. And that doctor, actually, you would have to watch all parts of the presentation that he had, but he shows what this dude is bought and paid for. He ain't no good for the country. This funky, that guy. Yeah. So it's a whole lot of malfeasance and corruption, and just flat out it's a self-inflicted wound for what I see. This is our new 9/11 as far as I'm concerned. That's how I see it. And so to bring these things out, I'll tell you this, then I'm gonna go ahead and step aside. I'll go back in the chat room. What it is that on Saturday there was a content creator that was live, and I just simply said, in my opinion, based on what I've been researching, what I research may not be what you research, and vice versa. So nobody knows everything, but everybody knows something. That's the general idea. And so what it is that he was immediately perturbed. He took off, using all kind of nasty names and stuff like that for my difference of opinion. So what I did, I just pulled my subscription. But what it is that it was funny. He just kept saying, follow the recommendations of the CDC. Right then, I knew he didn't know. Right then, I know he was an idiot. I know he don't know nothing. Why on earth would you follow the very institution that is bought and paid for? I just did a video about a month ago where the former head of the CDC the former CEO of Merck now works for the CDC. And what she did, she just cashed out All her stock options, I think she'd have made $16 million. So says California-based Dell Bigtree, you know. And so what it is you got corruption all over the place, man. And so just by me simply saying is game being ran, he just had all these different shout out to Killer Whale, by the way, too, and Snapzilla and your chat room. But what it is that the minute, even right here with the comment right here, they saying stay safe. You hearing that everywhere. They running game on you. You hearing they said stay safe. They said stay safe right after 9/11. They running game and people are falling for it. They said stay safe immediately after 9/11. And now you're hearing it again. Everybody you see say that. It's if it wasn't for this being such a serious matter, but the way the public is reacting, you would have to laugh at it. This ain't nothing but the Twilight Zone in real life. That's all this is.
Wow. Wow, that's all really revealing. You know,
yeah, my man. Yeah, so that's all this is. In my opinion, this is just game being ran on a high level. That's all this is. That's all this is. And what it is that, you know, once we give up our freedoms, we ain't getting them back. And so I said in my video, I told a friend of mine, I said, I feel actually sorry for your child because your child is not going to know the freedoms that I grew up with. You know, they not going to know that. And so that's pretty much all I want to say. I'm going to go ahead and step aside and I'm going to listen to you in the comment section. All right.
Well, I appreciate it. It's all very insightful and it's very loaded. I'm like, yeah, that's a lot. I appreciate it so much. And thank you so much for coming on. And ladies and gentlemen, Derek C. Williams, and you're on the front line. And please make sure you take care of yourself and anything that comes your way.
I should tell you that as well. I'm not afraid for this reason because I try to learn and inform myself and I execute that which I learn. So every morning I'm taking and I'll plug them even though I ain't getting nothing from them. Bulk supplements, they make very good ascorbic acid. You know it as vitamin C. I've been taking vitamin C anyway, but I got my lunch right here, but I got lemon water in here. I take vitamin D3, 10,000 international units every morning. Actually, you should boost it up during this time. I'm not afraid of it at all. I'm not afraid of it at all. As a matter of fact, I can't remember the last time I've been sick, to be honest with you. I can tell you the last time I had a hangover, but I can't tell you the last time I've been sick. And so what it is that also another good thing too, HIIT training, you know, high interval intensity training. Yeah. You sweat out all of these things. Yeah. So no, I ain't afraid at all. I was at the park yesterday, drinking my beer, branded, smoking cigars like I always do. People who aren't informed are afraid. And those are the people that will get you dead. That's just what it is. And so it's like I said again, if this wasn't in real life, you would think this would be an episode of the Twilight Zone or some type of dystopic film. It's hilarious to me. It's absolutely hilarious to me. And I would say one last thing too. I'll say on your thing, if I get sick, which I don't think I will, but if I do, I will go live and say I was sorry. But I think this was a man-made thing based off what Dr. Buttar says. This thing was cooked up here in this country. In fact, President Obama has been confirmed to have passed on germ secrets to the Chinese. This is actual factual. So it started here. They cooked it up, let it go, and now the whole world has to pay for it. So that's pretty much all I want to say. I'm gonna go on and step aside and thank you for your time, man.
Absolutely, I appreciate it, and we'll see you later. Yeah, you're welcome on anytime. Thanks so much.
All right, you take care.
Okay, thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was Derek C. Williams. As you can see, Derek C. Williams is on the front line of this pandemic, and we appreciate him for everything he's doing and more. Let me go ahead and do so. Hi, Snapzilla, you're back on in a minute. Let's see. You guys want to get connected to many of these people. DJ, okay, we got DJ Vision Barnett here. How you doing?
All is well. I'm ready to hit the front lines.
I know. We want to start you out. We want to send you off with with a good vibes and you know and good yeah, you know, good blessings if you accept those, or if you take those.
Appreciate
But
it. I
yeah,
appreciate
thanks so
it.
much for coming on. And I don't know, what do you have? What do you have for us today?
Well, a few things. Well, archives are still open.
You
I'll
said
let you know.
the
I said,
archive.
yeah, archives are
Okay.
permanent off. The hospital is still open. People still getting their meds and everything like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, hashtag feed the front line because we will accept your good food from the
Okay.
businesses.
You heard it, ladies and gentlemen. We have a third person. Snapzilla. Snapzilla Gorilla wants to come on. We're gonna have him on. We got 3 people. Here we go.
Yo,
Snapzilla.
Going on.
what's going on, brother? How you doing?
All is well, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, I was just talking about how the hospitals don't seem to be bustling right now.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. What have you seen?
On our side, we still got our causes open. Still got our causes open. People still going. They are mandated to have these cautionary situations, 6 feet and everything inside the
Right.
hospital when you go and pick up your meds. But other than that, that's my
But
side. In Maryland.
Maryland.
Yeah.
Now, are there a lot of patients with the COVID-19
Um.
that they're talking about? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. I got to check that out and get back to you because I do got some
Yeah,
medical friends. I just got to ask them. I haven't even asked
yeah,
them. But it seems like they're still going to work. So, I mean, they're
yeah.
going to work, so, yeah.
And what's interesting is, in I know a woman, her daughter works in Santa Clara. She said she treated 8 COVID patients. She's a nurse, but she has pneumonia herself. The nurse does. She has pneumonia, and she was tested twice. Right, tested twice for COVID-19. They told her she didn't have it, but she
Yeah,
has, pneumonia, and she's working 16 hours a day.
my friend just got over pneumonia 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
She was working at Metro PCS dealing with these phones and stuff, and customers is paying on
oh,
pace.
Yeah.
yeah,
So it's just, and it's funny because that's communications. Is communications essential?
mm-hmm,
Exactly. You can't
yeah,
go without your phone. I mean,
facts.
so
It's a lot. You know, it's just so much conflicting. There's so much conflicting things that you see and you're not seeing, and you know, you're not hearing. I think even the numbers are fudged. I think I saw somebody else on last night that was saying that, you know, this is not adding up. Like over the weekend, I'm hearing
Right,
about that the numbers, you know, I saw one lady say that in her, maybe she was in Arkansas, she said that they had 111 people that suffered or some fatality on the flu. They had 2 on this pandemic, you know.
yeah, the most people in Maryland who are getting it are around the age of 40 right now. So
40.
yeah,
Yeah,
40. So I definitely had to check on Pops. He doing good. So, he works for Verizon, and some of his guys are laid off and is hitting their pockets for sure.
yeah,
But they still got to go to work because they still got to bring up that communication and keep things up to par. They can't,
yep.
certain things are essential. So I
Yeah, they
definitely
take
will
that.
be out there.
Got to keep that community.
See, we got a little bit of a back feed in there. I'll wait for you to come back in, Snapzilla. I'm going to read this comment for you guys from Derek C. Williams. He says, confirmed the Italian mayor threatens students with flamethrower if they resist stay-at-home order and attend high school graduation. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Speaking of which, in Africa, they're doing a stay-at-home order, but they're running around in don't know the specific area in Africa. I'm gonna get that information, but they're running around with batons, smacking people with them on motorcycles, telling them to go home if they see them out on the street riding on their little mopeds and motorcycles. They come, and they just whoop them and whoop them and whoop them and say, "Go home, go home, go home." So it's kind of like they talk about socialism.
Looks like we lost Snapzilla.
Yeah.
But I think maybe he's gonna try to come back in. But yeah, I'm saying, I guess I will change. We just want you to be, safe out there, and avoid the people that are just. You have some people that are just, this kind of thing kind of brings out the crazies. I don't know if that's probably not PC to say. Oh
no, I mean no, you're right. Definitely.
Looks like
right.
Snapzilla is back.
Okay.
All right, we got you back.
Yo, I'm back. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it just froze on me.
It just froze and then it never came back in.
Yeah, something like that.
So yeah.
So you're an officer in Maryland, huh?
My job's in DC.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So and it's funny because here,
You're out there, man.
yeah, people are still. I'm not even gonna lie. People, it's like they are more outside because they're rebels, like they're rebelling. They don't. Even the old lady told me she's not wearing anything. She's about 72 years old. She said, "I'm not gonna live in bed." So she doing her thing. She going outside every day. She said they can't keep me. The government can't keep me in the house.
How you feel about that, man? How do you feel about the stay-at-home orders, man?
It's the first touch of socialism to me.
I agree. That's definitely what I feel like it is.
The first little taste of it, and then it'll get worse, and it'll get worse, or it'll get prolonged if your area doesn't get better. Is what they're saying.
What is it that I forgot her name, the head of the task force for the COVID-19? That female doctor, I forgot her name.
Yeah, I forgot her name too.
First.
Yes.
Okay.
She said that she wanted this to be the norm every season, every flu season. This is what she wants to happen. The social distancing, shutting certain businesses down, and all that. So how are people going to make money? Well, they're going to give us money via the fiat currency Ponzi scheme, right?
And we have to pay it right back.
Adds more transgenerational debt slavery. So that's essentially what they want to do. They're trying to turn this into Venezuela, man. It's crazy.
And I got a couple comments for you guys. You guys are on fire right now. Derek C. Williams says he's right. The Indian police are wilding out.
Oh, that must be Indian police. Okay.
So the Indian
reservations.
Let's see. That's America, and that's good. Rebellion.
Yep.
Absolutely. So my question as a police officer, how would you, like, if something like that did happen, would you struggle with maybe like deciding which side you're going to be on, or do you know already? You don't have to say what side, because I know this is being broadcasted. So
yeah, no, I definitely know what side I'm on. In my situation, I put it like this. I want in my eyes, I just say I want the kids to be safe, and I want people that if you have a compromised immune system and pre-existing conditions, you have to be smart with contacting with others. Period. You have families, and you'll be so nice and friendly, and then your family get it, and then they don't have good health, and then you'll blame yourself. Then you'll go back to the news, and then you'll go back to your family, and then you say I messed up. So we don't want that to happen because we got some 8-year-old kids that got it out here. So yeah.
Yep. It's tough.
I just want the kids to be safe, man, and really, I'm honest. I want the kids to go back to school. That's just me.
They should go back to school.
Yeah.
Oh well, no. You know what? They should go back to learning. I'll say.
Hey, there you go. I don't
learning in a real way.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think they should be grouped up right now because what's going on, but I think that it's taking an impact because a lot of parents don't want their kids in the house. And one of my officers told me he asked the parent, he asked the child, he said, "How come you outside? Parents ain't tell you what's going on?" Because it's around 8, 9 o'clock. 10 o'clock is our curfew out here, or the police can question you. So he said, "Because my mother told me to go outside. She don't want me in the house. Because I've been in school for so long, I'm getting on the nerves. So just sacrifice your kids, huh?"
Hey, hang tight for 1 second. I got a comment from Derek C. Williams. He says, on average, a citizen in Venezuela has lost 17 pounds since their financial
Wow.
crisis. Bernie Sanders is smirking.
Oh, Bernie Sanders love it. You know, Bernie Sanders said he loves to see people in line waiting for food, for free food. He said he loves that. He loves to make you wait. You know what I mean? It is wild. Autumn, you're a teacher, right?
Yes, that's my formal background. Yes.
Yeah, that's from background. So,
Yeah.
are you teaching now, or is that just something that you've done?
I will tell you I'm not teaching public school right now. If I do anything, it's kind of on it's more of a private. I'm in the arts. I'm actually music ed performer. But then the last thing I taught college ed was the last thing that I did.
Right.
But since then, I've kind of.
I'm getting ready to apologize. I'm getting ready to go, guys. I get ready for work.
All right, man. Be safe out there, brother.
I appreciate you.
Be safe. Thanks so much.
All right.
Okay. Bye-bye. All right, but yeah, that's my that's where I started out, and I still love it, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm also in another industry, and they're pretty heavy hit by this whole thing. So
a lot of industries are being hit hard by this, and that's the thing to me about it. I mean, we don't do this for the flu, which kills a lot more people. We don't. I mean, and then you got the pneumonia, right? Pneumonia kills 600,000 children or something like that every year, but no one is shutting schools down for that. So I just don't understand. Well, I do understand. They needed something to inflate and instill fear in people, but I don't understand how people aren't seeing this. Like, why aren't people understanding what's really going on?
I have no idea. I mean, but you know what the thing is, Snapzilla, that all I hear is hate Trump. Well, Trump should have done this. Well, Trump should have, but Trump's response to Trump should have done. If every other word is still Trump. And I just can't even, I'm just thinking, what are you watching? Well, I'm on the View. So and so said on the View. Is that your source of news?
Yeah, I wouldn't go to the View as a reliable source.
I know.
I wouldn't go to 90% of the mainstream media for a source myself.
Well, that's the thing. You'd be surprised if I consider this person to be, intelligent enough to know that you need to broaden your information horizons. And she's in the arts herself, but like I said, it's like I don't know. It's like very rabid. You see the devil come out in people when they talk about Trump at times. You see something come out in them, and it's irrational.
So,
rational.
Are you?
Uh-oh. I think you're stuck. I think I'm stuck. Is anybody still here? It could just be my little system buffering right now. If you can still hear me. I can't hear you, but I think maybe I need to reset my system. If it'll probably come back, but right now it's kind of my wheel is turning. See, are you there? See, but you didn't come back either. Let's see. Hi, Killer Whale. Nice to see you back. I'm going to share this one. good article from Business Insider, quote, 6 corporations that control 90% of everything you see, hear, and read. So we lost Snapzilla, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll probably run this for like another 10 minutes. And then I'll probably just shut my computer down. I may come back on later. But sometimes I think my computer gets a little bit, I don't know, it gets a little bit not really overwhelmed. I just think maybe I need to close out some things. Yeah, but it's just amazing that I'm just thinking, like, how many new millionaires and billionaires are we going to have, after them throwing us a few crumbs, and then the next, I guess, what is that going to be? The standard amount, the UBI is $1,200 a month. I mean, yay. But yeah, I thank everybody for coming on today. I think we've had some quality, good information on. It's just, we're not seeing what we need to see, I think, is the takeaway. We're not seeing in a hot spot, in a hot spot city like LA, we're not seeing the numbers. We're not seeing the, we're seeing things that are, we're asking more questions. This is Derek C. Williams, says David Muir. He wears nice suits, but he says nothing on ABC. Got a shout out to Killer Whale here. Also, I think I have said this, that my sources have been a little bit squelched, if you will. My sources have been a bit skewed in all of this. I'm not even getting updates. I'm not even getting updates from the sources that I normally get. I guess it is an issue of algorithms at this point. Sorry about the blur here. Hopefully this is going to clear up soon. But yeah, we've had some good sources on today. It's always great to have, first responders on. Shout out to Derek C. Williams. Shout out to DJ Vision Barnett. Shout out to Snapzilla Gorilla. I appreciate all of you guys for sharing your own, you're sharing your raw, narratives, or your experiences, what you're seeing out here. Because I think a lot of things are not being covered, and I think a lot of things are not going to be covered. So it's nice for us to have, the community here. Like I said, maybe another 5 minutes, and then we'll wrap up this stream. Does anybody else have anything, or does anybody else want to come on before I wrap this one up? Yeah, like beyond the political, it's just, there's too many political things. There's the elite, there's the political debauchery, and then that leaves us. We're the ones that are going to suffer. Many people are suffering on some level. Some people are suffering on some level. Some of us are not. I personally, I can give up something to help somebody else, but let me just go ahead and, I got some message here. Spread the news on the COVID-19 Netflix program. Especially Black Spring, you are a quality content creator. I really appreciate that, Derek C. Williams, and so are you, ladies and gentlemen. He's really a great content creator, and he's very knowledgeable. We have a lot of everybody that I mentioned: Derek C. Williams, DJ Vision Barnett, Snapzilla Gorilla. These are content creators, and they're also very knowledgeable and very. I think they're solid. They're solid Americans, and when I do these things, I'm really especially interested in hearing from Americans and everyday people. It's always nice to have that, and the sharing and all. kind of helps us we can fill in some things, and it's also it's a supportive kind of thing. See, I just think that without the fear, I think we're good. In 2018, the 2018. So that's a movie. DJ shouting out, there's a COVID-19 Netflix program. And I will say this is a comment because I just hit the threshold of YouTube. I don't know, matriculation. And right now I don't know I do know what the shadow things that are not this. I've heard about the PC and all that, but in this case, I'm not sure what they're doing on this. This is, Derek C. Williams says, Derek loves his country, but my government ain't hitting on nothing. Yeah, Derek, I have to say, it's getting bigger and they're all looking out for each other is what I'm gathering. Oh, we've got Snapzilla back. Looks like we've got Snapzilla back. Thank you. Snapzilla is back, ladies and gentlemen.
We're going to try this one more time.
Okay. All right.
What were we talking about before I got on?
Well, I was saying that I have just my YouTube. I'm in the infancy of whatever YouTube career.
Say again.
I said I'm in the infancy of my YouTube career building here, and I'm like, I don't know I know what the PC stuff that they don't like or whatever, but I'm not even sure I can avoid that. Either I'm going to be monetized or I'm not. I can't live my life. You know what I mean?
Being too constrained.
Yeah, that's not. And see, there again, that's that whole First Amendment kind of issue that I think some people took it to the White House, and I don't know whether they got anywhere on that. I've never heard anybody do a follow up anything on it. I have not.
Trump said that he was going to look into it, right? I don't know. I think I heard something about that. There was a summit or something of independent content creators that went to the White House, and they were voicing their concerns about censorship. But the problem is these companies are private, so they can set their own rules and guidelines, and that's the problem. But it becomes a problem when they censor certain groups over others, when both are doing the same thing. So you censor one side over the other because you have a bias, and that's when it becomes a problem. Like either everybody's equally censored or no one's censored. That's how it should be.
Yes, I agree. Let's see, we have somebody else chiming in. It's Sen Bongkok. Hi guys. Let's see, and this is from Killer Whale at Black Spring with Autumn. You will be monetized, guaranteed.
You're close. You're getting there.
Let's see, and then it says, host, this is from Derek C. Williams. If you haven't seen it, and if it's not scrubbed from the internet, quote, America from Freedom to Fascism, end quote, by filmmaker Aaron Russo is a must watch. I will look. I need to create a list of movies because you guys have got a lot of, and I think I've missed a few. But I tell you what, I haven't missed, and I think it's on Netflix. I think it's on quite a few. I might get blasted for this one, but Hillary's America.
Hillary's America.
I got that one.
That's funny.
That one's on. Yeah, that one's on. You can rent that one for like $1.99 or something.
I don't know if it's worth that. Is it worth it? Let me. So, what are your political leanings, Autumn?
Well,
what do you believe in?
I will say that
I think I asked you that before.
Okay, well, I would say freedom for freedom, and definitely less government, like smaller government.
Oh man,
it's just, I mean, they're creating jobs right now. They got a whole slew of jobs in mind for what they want to do with this country. And then it would be like, less that we've got too many for the entanglements that we have. It's just the foreign entanglements that we have, the foreign aid
Right.
that is
Yes.
aid. Who's aiding who? And who did you ask? Where does it say? Where does it say that you can actually just give our money? You didn't ask the American people anything about what you say you're doing with our money. It's not their money. It's not their debt. I guess is what I just put it that way. It's not their debt. Yeah, I think it's fiscally we have there's too many, there's the country's not making money, and therefore we have taxes. And I think people get crushed on citizens, or Americans get crushed on taxes, but we have really if you broke them, you get all these codes about what they are on your stuff, but do you actually really know where those funds go? And who are they actually, this guy lost Snapzilla there. But I will say, I mean, for Snapzilla, if he's still listening, I think if they would have just followed what's on the books instead of amending and doing this, I think things would, we wouldn't have to, there wouldn't be, if you follow what's already in place, then why do you need so much oversight? But, people like to manipulate. Something, peace, family, I'm out. Thanks so much, DJ. And Snapzilla says, guess I'll be still for it to work. So yeah, but honestly, politics are pretty low. The branch of politics, I think, is pretty low in the actual system, in the way the country was founded. I mean, I think there's much more. I think the Congress has too much power. I think the Congress has what they've done is they don't uphold, their oath of office. Therefore, they outsource power. For all the powers they don't have, they've outsourced it to another agency. They've created another government agency to carry out what they can't do, or what they haven't been able to squeeze through or sneak through. EPAs and like with too many agencies. I think we have way too many federal programs, too much federal government. I do. There's a lot of amendments. A lot of amendments like direct taxation that, all these things are not within the original Constitution. And it's just kind of grown into, I think, the government's almost it's living a life of its own. Snapzilla says there are more infected people than there have been tests given. I think you're right. That's why this is so gray. That's why you can't get an accurate. That's why I don't think they can get any accurate readings. Not readings, but they can't get any accurate handle. They can't really get to real data because they haven't tested enough people. And see, the other thing is they keep. If you just started getting the test kits, that does make sense that things are on the rise, because before you didn't have test kits to even start counting. And Snapzilla Gorilla says people are being diagnosed symptomatically. I can believe that. And yeah, I mean, and I would imagine it's really ironic that you say that those hospitals, the hospital that you mentioned, they're not crowded, because you would think that there's another level of people that are just panicking if they get a cough or a sneeze. They're reacting. They're going to the hospital, and there's actually nothing wrong with them. It's or they don't have the pandemic. They might have an allergy, or they might have a sinus infection, but do they actually have the pandemic? They're going to, people are reacting to symptoms and showing up, probably crowding up the hospitals. And my thing is, by the time you leave, if you didn't have it, you're going to have it because you went into that area. But I did hear an interview, and it actually came from Fox News. I did hear an interview on, let me share the couple comments. He said, those are flu-like symptoms to me. Right. So I can see, where did I see that? Something that came from Fox News. Some doctor that was, hang on, 2 shakes. Let's see if I can find it and share it with you guys. So I think he was trying to get to a point of, okay, so I have that right here. It's only about a 5-minute clip. I'm going to play this. If they rip it, if they scrub it, then we'll know that I tried. Maybe you can hear it. I'm going to play a little bit of it. Let me see. So yeah, here we go. Share this audio. Just may not even play all of it, but I just want to let you hear some of this. Come on.
Mark, let me just put to you, following on from what I've just said, open where possible, closed where necessary. I think the central question that a lot of people have been putting to me, and you hear it all the time, which is why can't we just protect the vulnerable and everyone else can go on with their lives? That has been rejected by some. I want to read you this quote and ask you to respond. This is in an article in The Atlantic a lot of people were looking at, which is how does the coronavirus end? The quote is this: high-risk people, such as the elderly, could be protected while lower-risk people are allowed to go back to work. Such thinking is seductive but flawed. It overestimates our ability.
Hang on 1 second, guys. I'll be right back.
And to somehow wall off the high-risk people from the rest of the society. Why is that flawed? Why can't we do a more targeted strategy?
He says, I got an echo.
Steve, I think we can do a more targeted strategy. I think that argument is flawed, but there is a
surprised they haven't ripped this. But
it's called rapid point-of-care testing. We now have it. Abbott put out a test. They claim they can test 50,000 people a day. It's in a small box. You go to it. They do a tiny nasal swab, not the big cumbersome thing we've been talking about. 5 to 13 minutes later, they tell you whether you have COVID-19 or not. That's the first answer to this question. If I know that people don't have it, I feel much more secure about them going to work, obviously. If I know they do have it, maybe I can use universities that are now shut or hotels or have them shelter in place at home if they can do that safely. I can select them out from the community at large and let people who don't have COVID-19 go back to work. The flawed argument is basically saying if we don't know who has it, then we have to consider young people or healthy people as typhoid Marys. They might end up with it and spread it to a higher risk group.
Okay, it looks like it looks like I'm dealing with a little bit of technical there. Hi, Chrysler Imperial. So it's just giving you guys a bit of driving up to was let me read some comments here from you guys. Let's see. We got
but that is time now for that thinking in the blind.
Hang on a second, guys.
To go away. We can tell who has it now, and we need to test wider groups of people.
And do you think that can be ramped up sufficiently in the next month? We've got this extra month now with the extension of the guidelines.
Okay. So I'm going to come out of that because I think something was going on there. But let me just go ahead and read a couple of comments here. So what do we have? There's a question for Derek from Snapzilla Gorilla. Derek, what have you seen in your hospital? Many COVID patients? And Derek C. Williams says, in fact, being enclosed, no sunlight, and constant worry because folks can't stop watching this stuff on TV. Is it any wonder folks are ill? Let's see. Says I got an echo there. This is, you got an echo. So I shut that out. Okay, let me get back to this. Get up back here. Breaking, they're using Italy footage to make New York look worse. Shout out to High Impact Vlogs. Wow, that's amazing. Says, if you make me a mod, I'll share the link to a video. So let me go over to my page really quick. If you guys can keep going there. Hi, nice to see you, Chrysler Imperial H. If you guys can chat amongst yourselves, then I will be right back with you. Let's see. Because I've tried to get some of these moderations in before, and I can't. And it seems like I get a little bit of a hiccup when I do. But I'll get it worked out here for sure. Hope everybody's doing well, and let's see, getting out where available. Let's see. I think I've got a bit much opened here, so I'm going to go in. I'm just going to do something really quick, and then guys, we're going to probably run this another 5-10 minutes, and then I'm going to have to close out. Let's see. Let's go into settings here. I appreciate everybody for coming on. Let's see. Okay, let's try this. I do this really quick. You can do it really quick here. Let's see. I'm going to, let's see. Give me just 1 second here. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Appreciate you for being here. Appreciate everybody for being here on this segment. I'm going to copy. Sorry, I'm doing. I am learning things. Sometimes it's the hard way. Okay. All right. Here we go. Yep. All right. So there you are. You should be all good now. All right. Okay. So you're all good. So we have, who else do we have? So Fabs Stream. How you doing? Thank you for coming in. Ah, Snapzilla. Do I trust the plan? At this point, I started out at like maybe 90+%, and right now I'm probably a little bit less. Probably like 50%. Shout out to Chrysler Imperial H from Killer Whale. I'm gonna read some of your Fab streams. Hello, how you doing? That's a great logo there. Derek Williams, people don't need life-saving surgeries all of a sudden, huh? This is good morning there. And then we have shout out to Pudik TV. Didn't know if you connected, but thank you for your comment on my video. Thank you, Pudik TV, for coming in. All right, Snapzilla, you should be up and ready. And then we have a comment from Killer Whale. God bless our healthcare workers. Okay, there's a link there. I'm going to grab the link right there. I'll put it up here. let me see if I'm going to snapshot this myself. Yeah, thanks so much, everybody, for coming in. Does anybody else have anything else for us today? Let's see. If not, I'm probably going to go ahead and end this stream. Really appreciate that. Let me see if I can save that. No. Save that link. Chrysler Imperial H, thank you so much for coming in. Okay, I'm going to read this. It says, Autumn, come on over to the volunteer side. Ha, ha, ha. That's like true freedom. Well, I'm sure we can have a conversation. We can have a conversation. Because I think there's always, evolving or things that are, room for growth. And certainly a, perspective for sure for me. Thank you, Snapzilla, Gorilla. I will watch this a bit later. Let's see. All right, Derek C. Williams, respect you to Black Spring with Autumn. Always good to see you live. You take care. Thanks so much. Indeed, we'll email. Absolutely, yes. And I will take a look at this video and any other videos you guys might want to share. I appreciate everybody for coming in for this segment. And let's see. I think we're caught up. Volunteers rule. Thank you for sure. And we got a shout out from Chrysler Imperial H. So thanks so much for everybody for coming in. Thanks to our first responders. Thanks to our content creators, all of you. And thanks to those who have for sharing their information. Those are on the front lines. We really appreciate it. And thank you for coming into this live stream of Black Spring with Autumn. I'm not sure if I'll be back later today. There's a chance maybe, but I'm sure there'll be possibly another video today. Trying to work that out. See, libertarian, not the fake libertarianism from Killer Whale, and then from Snapzilla, from Derek Williams. I'm a contrarian. I just want my freedom to live as I choose. You do you. Let Derek do Derek. Let's see. Snapzilla Gorilla says decentralized government and go back to covering states at least. Peace out, everyone. All right. Thanks so much, guys, for the last words. And you guys have a great rest of the day. Take care.